Hi everyone, Petrik here. So today's video will be another book haul video. So 2 weeks ago in my previous book haul video, which I didn't know that a lot of you would love, I asked all of you whether I should do more book haul videos which shows all the books that I received within this year so far or not. And all of you pretty much said yes. So for today's video, I want to show you all the physical books I received from authors within this year so far. Mostly self-published fantasy authors. I was going to include all the physical books I received from traditional publishers too within this video, but apparently there are too many books. I think in total there is about 40 physical books, and I think it's a bit too much to put all of them into one video. So for today, it will be specifically on the books that I received from authors. I just want to say thank you so much to all these authors who send me physical books, because I know it's not cheap. It's not cheap to send physical books to me. And not only it's not cheap, it also can take a while for books to arrive to my place. So yeah, I'm really thankful. But anyway, the first book that I'm going to show you is a book that has appeared on this channel quite a lot of times now. It is Dragon Mage by M.L. Spencer. I love this book so much. It is the kind of book that, in my opinion, will remind readers why they love classic fantasy in the first place. It is a great book, great characterizations, and it is a beautiful book. Look at the spine. And of course, the naked hardcover is gorgeous. And also, this book probably has the coolest acknowledgement that I've ever seen. Look at it. That's me! In addition to that, I also received bookmarks. All of them signed by M.L. Spencer herself. And if you have been following my channel, then I think you will know the next book that I'm going to talk about. It is Dreams of the Dying by Nicholas Litzau. It is a masterpiece. I love this one so much as well. And just like Dragon Mage, I have done a full spoiler-free review on this channel as well for this book. And also, this is one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. Not just in self-published fantasy, but just in general. Easily one of the best books of the year for me. It is simply a masterpiece. I loved it so much. And also, the author sent me a poster of the cover art. Look. I really need to frame this one day. The cover art is done by Dominic Darrow, and I think it's truly stunning. I cannot wait to see what he does for the second book. And the next one that I'm going to show you is a series. It is called Gensokai by Virginia McLean, and the first book is called Blade's Age. The author apparently did the cover art herself, and to make things even more awesome, just like Dragon Mage and Dreams of the Dying, the naked hardcover looked different. Ta-da! I really love this new trend in self-published fantasy, in which they always replace the naked hardcover with the new artwork. It looked amazing. And the second book is called Traitor's Hope. This is the cover art, and the naked hardcover look like this. Beautiful. As you can probably guess, this is a Japanese-inspired fantasy, which I haven't read, and I really need to get to it one day. I'm really thankful that Virginia McLean has decided to send me the physical copies of these books, and I try to always prioritize physical books sent to me. And finally, the third book that I received from Virginia McLean is Cyro's Claw. This is a new release, and if I'm not mistaken, this is a start of a new series that takes place in the same world as Gensokai. So this is probably a standalone. I haven't read this, but Japanese-inspired fantasy or Asian-inspired fantasy are always a plus to me. Speaking of Asian-inspired fantasy, I also received Songs of Insurrection by J.C. Kang. I think a lot of people have mentioned that this is a YA fantasy, but the author himself and other readers have also mentioned that this is an adult fantasy. I'm not sure yet, I haven't read this, and I hope that I can get to it someday. And the author also sent this little book. It's called Prelude to Insurrection. It's by J.C. Kang also, and I think this is a prequel to the main novel, I think. I'm not sure. But it's so short, it's only about 20 pages long. So yeah, who knows, maybe I will be reading this one day. This looks kinda nice though. And speaking of short book, the other one that I got is Struggles by Santiago Lozano. This is a collection of short stories in the world of Out. I think this is a world that the author is developing right now. I actually just finished reading this within this month, so I will be talking about this one more in my monthly wrap-up, but I really enjoyed this one. I really hope that Lozano is writing a full novel in this world right now, because there is so much potential in this. And then I also received this beautiful book. It is called Ringlander, The Path and the Way. I think The Path and the Way is the title of the book, and Ringlander is the series. The cover art is done by John Anthony Di Giovanni. It looked amazing. Before Felix Ortiz dominated the self-published fantasy cover art landscape, It was used to be John Anthony Di Giovanni. I think you will see a lot of his artworks in books like Michael Fletcher's, Dirk Ashton's, and so many more. And I'm really glad that the author, Michael S. Jackson, sent me this book. I haven't read this one as well. I just received this book and I hope to be getting into this one. I don't know when, but one day for sure. As I said, I try to prioritize physical books sent to me for reviews. Then the next book that I got is Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. If you're actively browsing fantasy books on Amazon, I think you will see this one. This one is getting a lot of great receptions lately on Amazon, and the author is busy writing the second book right now. I haven't get to this one as well. And of course, this follows the new trend of naked hardcover being different. And this book, it has a few interior artworks done, if I'm not mistaken, by the brother of the author. And look at it, so gorgeous. And I also received 2 bookmarks from him. It's signed, and there is a quote in it. "Pain is the path to strength." Okay, that's cool. I would welcome that. Well, not me. And then I also received the Combat Codes by Alexander Darwin. This is an MMA-inspired sci-fi book, and I really enjoyed this one. I have read the second book as well, and I did the cover reveal of the second book on this channel. I have actually received the e-arc of the third book, Blacklight Born, but, well, I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm really hoping that I can get to it either this month or next month. The next one is 6 books. I received 6 books from the same author. It's all part of the same series, and it is called the Ronin Saga by Matthew Wolfe. The first book is Knife's Edge. I'm not kidding, the cover art of this series look absolutely stunning. And I'm genuinely grateful that the author sent me the entire series to review. I'm sorry, Matthew, that I haven't gotten to this series yet, but hopefully soon. The second book is called Citadel of Fire. Isn't that such a great title? I really love the title, Citadel of Fire. And then the third book is called Bastion of Sun. Stunning, beautiful. I keep on saying stunning, beautiful. I sound like Gordon Ramsay when he's talking about food. And finally, the last book in the series that's out so far, it is called Tides of Fate. I also received 2 novelettes. It is called Dreams of a River. This is about, I think, 20 pages long, and I think this is a prequel to the main series. And also this one, Legends, a Ronin Saga short story. And the author sent me a lot of elemental bookmarks. Look. So beautiful. And there is a coin as well. And finally, the last self-published fantasy book that I received within this year so far, it is called The Blood of the Spear by Mark Timony. I have done a cover reveal of this book on this channel. The cover art is done by Felix Ortiz. And the funny thing about this book mail is that the author made an honest mistake. And apparently, this book is not dedicated to me, it's dedicated to Mark, which is the cartographer of this book. And still, I don't really mind this. I'm just grateful that the author is sending me books to read and review. And there are 2 more books within this video, but they're not self-published. These are traditionally published books, but I'm really grateful that the author sent me these books. The first one is We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. This is one of my favorite ongoing series right now. If you haven't read this series, I highly recommend this. It is a very underrated series. The second book is even better than this one. And look at this. The author drew a very cool doodle. And finally, the last book that I'm going to show you on this video is City of Lies by Sam Hawk. I'm really thankful that Sam Hawk sent me this copy as a birthday present, and it completes my collection of her books, which I think is very underrated right now. Yeah, that's 20 books. From January until today, these are all the physical books that I received from authors. 18 of them are self-published fantasy, and 2 of them are traditionally published books. And I'm truly thankful for these book mails. As I said, sending books to my place aren't cheap. And I have to say that I'm really sorry to a lot of these authors because I haven't read a lot of these books yet, but in the future, I will definitely give them all a read. Definitely. The next book haul video that I'm going to post will conclude this trilogy of book haul, and it will show you all the physical books that I received from traditional publishers within this year so far. So what do you think about this book haul? Do you spot anything interesting? Have you read any of the books that I just showed, and did you love them? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you so much for your support. Bye bye.